This is IFV, the web space with your dose of business and financial news. In full view, we're making your business our business.
Welcome to In Full View. I'm Marcella Palmer, bringing you the week's medium and small business news from the Times Center in New York City. Content is king, and the business of digital media is booming. Creating and disseminating fresh and relevant content has become a journalistic and technological partnership with a long-term and ever-changing future.
Our company was put together out of what was almost the near death of a number of newspaper companies here in America. And so from an entrepreneurial point of view, what we did was take a look at that opportunity and say, hey, those guys are really good at local news and local sales. And so we started investing in those companies, knowing that we can transition and transform them into new platforms and new media and build new teams out of that. So that's what we started to do 3 years ago, and we built Digital First Media out of that. There are very few startups in the content space and in the advertising space and audience space that can sort of outrun an old legacy media company. At the same time, the legacy media company cannot change to what it needs to be without partnering. It's vitally important that new media and old media work together. Old media has scale. It has the money, it has the resources, and it has people. But new media have the ideas. They have the folks who have worked on the new platforms. They have worked on the new ideas on how people will consume, particularly in my case, news and information, and the audience that gets developed around that and how to sell that. By taking the scale and putting it together with the ideas, you have this perfect match of trying to develop a pathway for the future. 3 months to 3 years, we're going to see the legacy business ever shrink and the new business grow rapidly. In our own particular case, on the new side, on digital revenue, we've started to grow this at triple-digit percentage points because A, we have to, but B, we can by partnering. We can partner with the right people who have the right skill sets to do that.
Bedrocket is building a professional channels layer that sits on top of YouTube in much the same way that Zynga has built a social games layer that sits on top of Facebook. We look at YouTube as both a destination for people to come and look at programming, but also as an infrastructure that really is a great, inexpensive way of distributing programming globally with a flick of a switch. We believe that the next wave of great media properties will be born over the internet, not over cable like 10 or 15 years ago. And so we're working with great partners to try to create some of those properties. But I do believe that the foundation needs to be in place for a business like this to grow. And I think that finally you have high quality audio video that can be delivered in real time over the internet to audiences all over the world. I think people will watch content that keeps them engaged. And I don't think it matters whether it's 4 minutes or 10 minutes or an hour. I think that if it's good and it's whether it's good storytelling in scripted form or whether it's engaging content, I don't think the delivery mechanism matters. I think that people are used to watching shorter form content on smaller devices and longer form content on bigger devices, but more and more I think you're seeing people watch full-length movies on tablet-sized devices, and you're seeing people watch short form on big screens. It doesn't matter whether it's your mobile device or your big screen in the living room, it's what is the best screen that's most convenient for you. So I think that the leading media companies recognize that it's no longer about having a TV channel that's on one screen and a mobile product that's on another, but rather optimizing the best property, the best programming for the best screen. Ultimately, I think you're going to see all of the distribution systems begin to converge. You're going to have a choice of any screen. It's going to be what's the one you want to watch on. Short form video will probably remain ad supported. Hulu is a great platform that has both a free and a paid service. Netflix is a terrific long-form paid service. YouTube is an ad-supported free service, beginning to have some rental options where you can click through and watch long-form. So I think that you're going to see an evolving collection of monetization techniques based on what the content is, but the platform with micropayments and digital payments enables any sort of monetization as long as the audience is willing to pay it. With the internet, it's completely scalable. I can launch a channel that may have an hour of programming a week, or a channel that has 5 to 10 hours of programming a week or more, based on the audience potential and the acceptance of the shows themselves. So I think that as small businesses think about engaging their customers that take place between the purchases and between the transactions, I think you're going to see a lot of small businesses begin to build content-based channels that extend the relationship with their audience and basically continue that association that comes in between purchases. I think that over the next, I don't want to say year, but certainly couple of years, I think you're going to see some pretty significant video-based media properties born on the internet that will begin to converge with the properties that we know that were born on cable.
That's all for this week from the IFV News team. Thanks for joining us from the Times Center in New York City. Be sure to check back every day right here at ifvnews.com for the latest on what's happening around the globe in the medium and small business world.